What's up, YouTube? COD4Man221 here, and welcome to another Kind of Heroes 2 online replay number 44. Man, we are making some progress on this multiplayer series thing. I've done quite a lot of these. I have not done 44 multiplayer things on anything else. Anyway, quite enjoying Kind of Heroes 2, especially this map, Anger Muda. I give props to the guy who did this. So, the guy who I was playing with, by the way, we're on higher settings now, so you'll notice a lot more detail because of the new graphics card. And it runs at 60 frames per second. So, there we go. As you can see, my combat engineers are building a special rifle command. I was doing a lot of the support company, but I've noticed with this Lend-Lease Act, you can get machine guns basically with the heavy douchekas. You can get machine guns that way, and then you can get your snipers, your scout guards, and your penal troops. By the way, with the penal troops with their with the penal troops with their semi-automatic rifles and their satchel charges, they are very deadly, especially at buildings. So I know we saw one of them where I heavily defended this side. It's going to be the same kind of thing, except there's going to be a slight twist in this. So we have Ambrose. He actually messaged me on Steam, and I got him into a game. So I know when I'm on Kind of Heroes 2, just message me, and we can maybe hop in a game just like Ambrose. He also did his own thing on his channel. So I'm going to try to leave a link in the description down below. So try to click on that and check it out. I watched it myself, all 28 minutes, and it was kind of interesting to see someone else's perspective on the same battle we did. So you can see there's Bull, and we also have Rummister, and we have various opponents here. So here's kind of the plan. You can see as soon as, here's a go right to cat fast. You can see as soon as the conscripts got to the very end of here and these guys started coming on, I immediately pulled them off to keep pushing forward. My kind of fear on this map, it never has happened, but I'm always afraid there's going to be like an MG in this building or this building and just like completely I'd be in trouble in the very beginning. But that hasn't happened considering how bad is how far away it is. So you can see that Ball 261 has dropped. I don't know if he quit or anything. So since me and Ambrose we're on, he was green here. I was green on his video. Anyway, since we're on, we're buddies, and these guys are buddies, or friends playing together. Reismer, I can't even say it. Reichmeister? Reichmeister? Reister? Whatever. Whatever this guy's name is. Anyway, he's gonna quit. As you can see, the AI just took over him. So he's like, that's my friend. Sorry, guys. Kind of screw you. So, you didn't say screw us, but it kind of did. I wonder what I would have done in that situation. Like, let's say I was playing with Juicebox, and then I don't know. I kind of like. I have kind of mixed feelings about if I'd leave or not. You know, I'd probably stay and see how things were going. Maybe tell them. Anyway, so I started fortifying on this side. I do have my conscripts in this building. You can see there's 6 windows here and 4 windows or 3 windows on this side, so they have a pretty good line of sight here. Peanut here, as you can see, I'm aggressively mining the roads. I'm very with these guys, I'm pretty open to a scout rush. You can see 2 of these guys are pushing on this far right side. They do have a machine gun up. Anyway, keep in mind the AI is going to be yellow and cyan or light blue, and the human player Ambrose is going to be green. So you can see he's moving up. You know, when I'm in the middle sides, I like to push. You know, I like putting an MG here. This is the Germans, if I was on that side. So you can see we're in heavy cover in the building. They are going to try to go around. We do have a mortar. That is our own allies' mortar over here on the computer. And now these guys got up. Now, if these guys got right next to this wall here, they could be doing some real damage. But keep in mind, they are in the middle of the street, so they have no cover. These guys have some cover, but you know it's directional. If they were on this side, then yeah, but the stupid AI blew up my mortar there. So you can see I'm just pulling back. I saw some kind of rifle grenade going in there. We're having a big fight. Keep in mind these guys can't assist from the windows over here. Try to take Fuck War off. These guys are moving up. I'm going to try to keep my guys alive. I got to pull them out. And they died. They're not able to be pulled out fast enough. I did kill his pioneers there. We do have a flamethrower up. Good way to kill that if you're the Germans is get a rifle grenade. Those guys, I'm really trying to get rid of them, and then they're flaming us. And my guys are kind of tightly packed, so I am getting pushed back here slightly because I did just lose a squad. Meanwhile, you can see I am kind of being double teamed here with Orange, 3-bit, and with those guys. Artists. Anyway, I put some more mines down here. I'm really fortifying this. They did not see my combat engineers when they brought up their mortar, and that's okay. Their MG's facing this way. More and more of these penal troops I'm pulling in, pushing in. We also have a Dushka coming up. You can see a lot of fighting on this side. These guys are in heavy cover, which is good. Not a whole lot. You can see he's trying to maneuver his machine gun over here. He doesn't want to put it in the building. He's going to put it up here. But with a simple rifle grenade, and these guys are already damaged, especially when they're tightly packed like that, you can see there's going to be overwhelmed. You got to pull back your machine gun at this point here. You just got to realize you get low health here, and it takes them a little while to pack it up, so they're in trouble. As you can see, I managed to pull my... Oh, this is kind of cool. So I pulled my guys around because they were over here. I pulled them behind the machine gun, and he pulled back the machine gun. I moved these guys up. I noticed because of my fog of war that he should not be able to see me because of the way he positioned his machine gun, so I'm just going to keep going. Then the AI actually threw smoke, which is very good. Keep in mind, we do have a satchel charge, so just one of the great things about it is just denying cover to him. And these guys got veteran C1, so I'll be able to repair faster. So I was hoping he didn't see that. I was hoping he was going to lose his men. But now the house is gone. They can't put any machine guns in there. I'm going to push up to roughly right here. He's maneuvering his machine gun back. He's wanting to get outflanked. That's a very big concern of his, getting outflanked. Meanwhile, this point is neutral. I'm okay with that. As you can see, I am retraining my troops here. I'm going to go behind this wall, and I'm going to try to toss the satchel charge. Keep in mind, I can only see his machine gun. So I'm going to try to toss his satchel charge there and try to kill some of his men. If I tossed it a little bit earlier, I would have been able to wipe out a lot of these guys. I just had to pull out, so I did my satchel charge what I thought where his machine gun was. It's going to go off. It did kill a couple of his grenadiers over here. It killed about 3 of them, but I had to fall back again. I'm pretty outnumbered on this side. You can see they've cut off our fuel, but we do have some fuel caches down. We do have one, which is by the AI. He's building his own. Ambrose is. So I got my machine gun. I'm going to put it right here. I like this kind of view. I'm probably not going to get flanked. I don't think they're going to flank around me on this side, so I'll cover this side. Anyway, I know they have some kind of machine gun, and that was kind of interesting how they tried to man that. Oh, by the way, you can see the scout car went over this, and then it got hit by some of the mortar crew because it was almost dead. Because these are anti-tank mines, keep that in mind. So the mortar is putting some suppressing fire. These guys are in heavy cover, and they're pretty accurate. And you heard one burst as I moved this up. That mine killed more and more of his guys. I gotta say, I've been just making this hell for these guys to take with mines, the mortars from the AI. Now, on my last video, we had some of these guys flanking around with Panzer Grenadiers and stuff. There's no attempt by those guys to do that. They're forced to fall back. You can see they have a reinforcement bunker right here, and they're also building another bunker right here. It's going to be an MG. Good idea to build bunkers to help kind of reinforce your guys. That's only, though, if you're kind of like... I build bunkers like that if I'm winning and I'm securing a point necessarily. Like, if I push these guys all the way back to here, I'd put like a bunker around here. Or on this side, I put one over here if I was doing pretty well in securing this point. Not if I'm getting pushed back. Bunkers should be kind of defensive. You know, I understand you want to protect your field and stuff, but... First of all, your bunker's in the middle of the road. It can easily be shot at by an AT gun or by an SU. So I'd put it almost like I'd try to do it like right here. Anyway, you can see I'm gonna push forward. I do see they're reinforcing over here, so I'm just gonna push through them. Not the smartest idea with Panzer Grenadiers coming in, but I'm gonna throw a satchel charge on that and pull back. I'm gonna keep these guys in some kind of shape there. It did kill more of his guys, so between my satchel charges, so he just lost 150 manpower there, and they lost 60 munitions. So these guys are now veteran Z2, and we've killed a lot more of his guys. Like I said, I'm trying to keep my men alive, working on infantry preservation. We can go back to this side. Go to this side now. They do have a bunker. They managed to take out this point and reconnect our fuel. They're very, let's see, there's 2 of them pushing on this side. There's a lot of infantry on this side. We even got some guards infantry over here. And the mortar half-tracks. These things are very annoying, but can be easily taken out by an SU. Or even some, you know, of these guard infantry. These guys have a ton of grenadiers. And they do have scout cars. And once again, these guys are in heavy cover. That MG that was right here, I managed to pick up. And you do not want to give over your heavy weapons for the Germans. Your machine gun, MG42, you can see has a large arc and a decent amount of range, a lot better than the Maxim. So one of the worst things you can do is give over your MG42s. So with all his grenadiers, he should try to reman that. I don't really care about the German mortar. It's not, I mean, it's okay. It does have the counter barrage ability, but the Soviet mortars are superior, especially the 120mm mortar. One of the differences between the German mortar and the Soviet mortar is the German mortar has counter barrage, like I just said, and the Soviet mortar has precision strike. Just take a quick look. Ball has that. You can see they do a precision strike here, which pretty much narrows the shot of the mortar down to a very small area where you can actually wipe out German mortar crews. So you can see I have this. I'm going to move up my Dushka here and going to start shooting at that half track. I'm just going to pull these guys back. You know, I want to make them a 6-man squad. You can see back at base, I got the medics here to help heal my troops, you know, especially with the newer update. With those, with the health and the infantry being reduced with more weapons. Well, the infantry health isn't so much as reduced as their armor got reduced in one of the most recent patches to this. So if they want to make infantry more important, which it has, it's not really so much of a tank rush now. You can see that's a heavy machine gun, and his little half track's not going to do that. It looks like he has some kind of unit in there. Ah, Panzer Grenadiers, Panzer Streks. So, I pushed up once again. Can't remember what I was doing. I think I was pushing towards this field to try to harass him there, and I said to pull back. You can see anyway on this side, Panzer Grenadiers coming in. Flamethrowers. You want to throw a grenade because these things are very. These flamethrowers are very susceptible to rifle grenades, barrages, pretty much anything. He did do a computer did a rifle barrage, so the computer's helping him out. By the way, when you do have two computer opponents, you can do attack here, and the computer will move there. So that's what I was kind of doing. I usually talk by saying, "Hey, take a look at this." So once again, I was trying to lay down another mine. I just gotta fall back. So that's just, I mean, maybe they saw me trying to lay that there, but I'm not gonna take a chance. They did recruit their heavy mortar. Well, their mortar. That doesn't really worry me. What does worry me is I don't really have a lot of men up here. Most of my men are back at base right now that are. I gotta send them back to the front line here. But I am making an SU, which should pop out any second now. They made a Stug. I made 4 Stugs in a match that I didn't show you guys, obviously. And they got taken out by 1 SU. So Stugs can be good when they're higher veterancy, but they're not extremely. They're not going to be an SU. Like, they could pick off units like T-34s and stuff, but not an SU. Nice use of smoke to cover their advance. By the way, when the mortar stops, I'm going to fall back a little bit. First of all, when the mortar stops using smoke, it starts going on to that. So they're making a major assault here. Straight on my Dushka, which is the smoke's fading. I have this on focus sight. We're going to try to take out this dude. I threw a satchel charge where they just kept running past me, and that's going to wipe out no units. They're throwing their own kind of heavy grenades here. With the penal troops here, this is a major assault. I am trying to take out their half track here and their Stug, but my tank just is not hitting them. Thankfully, the computer's infantry decided to come in here, just kind of scout for my tank. And I see he's trying to repair him there. I'm surprised how inaccurate this SU's been so far. But if I did, I'm just going to try to pull back. You guys want to be using the reverse. It's a lot easier, because if you can just click here, your SU may try to turn around and put its back towards the enemy. I got SUs coming up. You can see many of their things are on fire. And they do have an MG covering the retreat, which is good. I'm going to stupidly kind of like pursue this MG42. I'm going to try to go around the cover here and hopefully not get as swamped. And I'm going to try to throw a satchel at them. Satchel charges are very good, and I love using them. Someone called a recon in over there. I just got I threw someone threw a smoke barrage. It was his own guys, I think. And then a satchel charge went off, didn't kill anybody. Look at the AI just moving everything. They're just shifting, and they are pushing these guys back. However, with the MGs and stuff, I cannot help support their advance. I do have some conscripts here. See, my men are starting to become more and more veteran. I can't pull the Dushka back, it's just too valuable. I don't have a Molotov, unfortunately. I didn't want to waste the fuel, because, you know, keep in mind it is a, it's 25 fuel. And right now I'm trying to get as many things as I can to stop the German threat. Okay, you can see a turning point on this side was when they had 4 Stooks at one point, and they just moved up. And their assault, they just failed pretty much right there. I don't see any kind of SUs, but maybe they're falling back. There was some damage to some of the SUs. Ah, yes, the SU is gone. The 2 Stooks just fell back, and they were slightly damaged. These guys just turned invisible or disappeared. Interesting. So we have the Panzer Grenadiers and this. They have these a machine gun fortified all the way back here. You know, I understand they can hold this point, right? Good, you got 1 out of the 2 points. This point is very lightly defended by his machine gun, and the AI is just moving back and forth. You can see they charged in their scout car, and the Stooges didn't like that very much. Okay, one thing is, if you have a lot of light vehicles, you want to put the mortar, first of all, repair your engine. You have 2 engineers here doing nothing. Pull this back. Keep your half-track back. It's basically like your reinforcement bunker. You don't need it in the front. It's not going to support you. You should reinforce these guys. And here my guys are being a little, like, I'm trying to reverse them back. And, yeah, let's just say they're charging. But between my MG42, which has a kind of an angle, and these guys having an angle, they aren't going to go very far. They can try to flank around. I just turned my MG. They are in the middle of the road. They did get veterancy too, though, which is good. I'm keeping my SUs here to try to help starve off or fight off any kind of armor they're bringing. I'm flanking around this side. I might actually pop into this house here. Mortars are going off. Basically, I just shifted my defenses over to this left side here. I do have penal troops. I was very afraid when I saw those guys. Veterancy 2, I saw them kind of moving towards this way. That's why I moved my penal troops on this side. Taking casualties. Throwing a satchel right on that MG42, which moved up to support. And goodbye, MG42. Now, if I really want to be crazy, I could steal it, but I don't want to. Good news is I get some great intel that there's actually a Panzer IV over here. And I have to pull back. We are getting massacred by the Vet 2 flamethrowers. Anyway, I had to pull these guys back. Another push going down on this side. They're really just defending that point. A ton of Stooges. So anyway, back to this side. All is quiet. Besides the mortars raining in. They are mortaring this guy. I need to pull him back. I wish that half-track hadn't been blown up, because I could have really used it. So I'm going to fall back. These are just conscripts. I do believe that when conscripts take over a heavy MG or something and they reinforce that way, I do believe they'd have the same health as the conscripts. So I think if you reinforce with guards riflemen or something, it would be, it'd give you some more armor. I'm not sure the values would decrease or not of the I'm not sure if it'd be more expensive to reinforce or not. So I'm going to flank around and try to get rid of this bunker. And just toss it right over the fence. Hopefully. We're tossing it, and we're going to fall back. So there you go. That is now gone. And that mortar's not really doing a whole lot. They do have the light tank kit. That's the AI. Major force in the middle trying to take this over. AI is coming to assist. Oh, I missed. Oh, this was their big Stug assault. So he's an AT here. In his video, he was saying he was protecting his own AT. By putting pretty much the tank in front of it, it could not maneuver in between those buildings and was stuck pretty much. My own SU was over there, wanted to help assist him because I saw that was the point that we were getting in trouble with. So I'm going to bring up my SU over to this side to kind of protect this flank from any kind of flanking maneuver from various units. They're keeping very bunched up. I like that they built a medic bunker. Just Okay, if you're gonna bring your troops back to reinforce right here, if you decide to do that reinforcement bunker, put the medic bunker next to it. I mean, if they're gonna, it's like this is like going back to your headquarters, right? Like, keep them medically, keep them doing it. If they're gonna get the reinforcements there, they're gonna be staying there anyway, so you might as well heal them up. He's remaining as MG. You didn't like what I did last time to him. So you can see they can build all the defenses they want here. Guess what? This is a victory point. We're winning. That's how it's going right now. I haven't found this very useful, the Allied supply drop, because if you have these I guess it'd be a quicker way necessarily of doing that, but with these medics here, I mean, yeah, it's manpower, not munitions. So with his guard rifleman and his AT, looks like he's trying to destroy that mortar. With his guard rifleman and his SU, he was able to push up and pretty much push these guys back. Air's doing a good job of pursuing that. The whole front line is broken pretty much. And another push is going in. I have 2 machine guns, 2 Dushkas. These guys don't really stand a chance. I have shock troops right here. Their AI has shock troops right there. I mean, they're just trying to neutralize it at this point. The only thing stopping me from trying to snipe his bunker there is his AT gun, the pack. So I need to get rid of that in order to be able to snipe that and get range on his tanks. So once again, Beano troops, rather keep them alive than back. I gotta get better at my troops back here. When I see that little blinky thing up there, I usually pull them up. I never usually go back to my base. That's why you might see some guys standing here. I usually base people up. I just do this when I play, just to kind of figure out what stuff is. I do have a Katusha. I decided to bombard this area. I'm like, you know, if you want to sit back there, that's perfectly fine. I had the victory point. Well, it's actually neutralized right now. I had the victory point somewhat, and I don't have any problem with bombarding you and making you try to come up. I moved my engineers up. They just finished repairing my tanks. I know conscripts can now repair my tanks. That's another useful thing. I did not use the half track in this thing, but it is kind of nice to get some guard troops. As you can see, I am pretty much at my max limit here until I lose some men. 3 SUs and Katusha. That's pretty good. So I'm going to pull these guys back. They did their job by taking that. You can see we have an airstrike right here. And I'm like, oh boy. So I'm going to pull back the Dushka, that's Vet 1. And pull back those guys. I'd rather keep my men alive. I do have this one covering the victory point here. So I'd definitely rather keep those guys alive. Meanwhile, I'm trying to put these guys in the house, but they just cannot get in there because of the machine gun just suppressing them. So focus site is like, you can see how I'm covering my flank with this guy on focus site. But I see a Stu there. So once again, rockets just coming in. I haven't killed anything yet, but it's hurting their morale. These guys are trying to flank me, and there you go. Now we got that. It was good that he came in there, but he had so little men left after that, we were just able to kill him. He did get a spot, though, for this, and he is going to launch another. There's some that's coming down because of red smoke. Keep in mind, when you hear enemy aircraft and it's green smoke, it's a recon plane. That was not a recon. That was a giant explosion from something. Railway gun. That's right. I'm like, I'm going to move up my tank a little bit after that. So you can see I am pushing up. I'm trying to kill that AT with my SU. It's not working out so well. It is an SU. It's not a T-34. And you can see I can hear repair. You see, you can hear the repair right here. Anyway, more rockets are flying in. You can hear them repairing or building something, so you keep that in mind when you are playing. More Katyushas are coming in. Destroyed that gun. I am now free to advance. That was his Katyusha. Surprising the Germans get a Panzer IV on our flank, but I've kind of pulled back and I got the computer repairing my guys. So rockets are just going in. I am trying to get that. Once again, the artillery here, though, like, we're in the middle of the road. Like, you want to put your artillery, like, it has plenty of range. Even probably from there, it could probably hit, like, roughly around here. But you'd probably want to put that, like, behind a fence or something. It's just like a mortar. Anyway, I got my Strapniki here. my penal troops. I'm going to throw a satchel charge on the medic bunker here. I just don't want them getting any more things. I'm a bunker buster in this match, you might want to call it that. You can see they made a major assault here, but I have my SU here to help support with focus sight on. Focus sight is not on. I want to help it maneuver if it needed to get out of there for some reason. So then, let's look at the fog of war here. I'm moving up. I'm going to try to get rid of this. And I see a tiger, and I go, oh my gosh. I just pull back. Like, it's not worth getting that bunker, and I'm like, okay, hit you, pull back, reverse move. So I'm going to pull my guys back here. I am a little scared of a tiger. I've seen tigers, they've been able to run. They get behind your SUs and attack. You know, they'll definitely do a whole lot of damage, and they wiped me out. Wiped out my veterancy troops there. I have 2 of my engineers up. Got about 2 engineers for about 3 of my tanks. That's a pretty good ratio, I like to think. Anyway, I am slowly kind of picking off this guy from long range here. Anyway, you can see on this side, they have their own Tiger and their own Panther on this side, but with the amount of ATs he has set up covering all the angles, he is doing pretty well. Anyway, I'm going to try to throw this and damage the engine. It just bounced off. It's unfortunate it didn't do anything else besides that. Makes the Panzer Force, and he's not using his Panzer Force. This flank is totally open to this SU now. Oh, a turn probably, right? Because I'd make it turn. And we got the good old Sherman. We'll be seeing a lot of these in the expansion pack here. Yep, so I got him at range here. He's got to flank and push hard and destroy these and come around and make sure I can't do it, but he's falling into my game right here. He's playing my game. I'll keep you at distance. Pretty much nothing you can do can stop me from taking over this point. And we have plenty of troops here, so. The sad thing is that we had half our team was computers. It was pretty much a 2v4. Oh, these guys got promoted, nice. And this is what I call desperation attacks on the victory point, which is what they're doing here. As you can see, I do have my tank here, and now they're launching the artillery right onto my Sherman, and it just wiped out pretty much most of that guard squad. So I got my Pinot troops here. Like they said, they don't care if they die, and many troops are dying. I thought it was light artillery, so I just moved up. I see that Tiger there. It's marked. That means send everything in pretty much. Okay, well I don't want to send this, and this is covering my flank, and I can see a tank there, so. You can see our SUs are bouncing off of this, but thankfully the T-34 is being a distraction. It gets destroyed by the Stug, but they did not secure this point. They're making another push on this side with some Tigers. Veterancy 3 SU, like I said, they're just gonna pretty much maneuver around. That's what I was afraid they're gonna do with the Tiger on the other side. And he can turn his ATs and stuff, but it's gonna be too late. His SU is gonna be abandoned. Actually, that's pretty lucky. Anyway, they're going to push up and take this point. Too little, too late. Either way, they never fully took this point, which is a good thing. Well, maybe they did at some point, but they never took it for a pretty long time. So they took it for very shortly if they did. It's a good game, especially a good game to my ally here, Ambrose. We were able to defeat them. As you can see there, the kills. I was barely positive. I am usually pretty negative with the Soviets. Like, you can see 40 and 105, you know, I mean, Germans are usually pretty positive with their units because they do kill a lot more. Keep in mind there are a lot less of the German forces. There's 4-man instead of 6-man things mostly. So there are a lot less of them to kill, so that could kind of balance that out. You can see the various doctrines that he chose. He chose this one. So I hope you guys enjoyed. This is Conformer221 signing off. And leave a comment down below what you want to see in the next video. I know one person left the Lightning War thing and I covered that. So feel free to do that. I'll try to get you a gameplay on that. Conformer221 signing off.